How is that for a gorgeous sight? The Washington Monument here in the District of Columbia. So beautifully framed in the sunlight. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Washington Wizards here in Capital One Arena. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Beal.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. Both these teams, Doris, relying tonight on the execution in their half-court game.
A little bit of a throwback, sort of an old-fashioned approach tonight. Don't worry, we're going to have plenty of highlights. It is the NBA. We know there are great players on both sides of the ball, Kev, but how about this ability to execute under duress of a 24-second shot clock? It's going to be really interesting to watch.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Winslow in at the 3. And for the Wizards, Bell is out there with Bryant. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Wall, and it's Napier in at the 1 spot. All with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Back to Napier. Wall against Brooks. Wall attacking. Wow, hammering it in!
Now there's your dunk contest champion back in 2014. Wall puts a little extra on that one.
Morant kicks to Winslow. From down low. And that one goes long. Now here's Napier. D right on him. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Washington shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, the Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for him.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Jackson gets it to go from 8 feet.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for Washington. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it. Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
You got to close off those avenues to Morant. Once he gets in one, he is focused on dropping the hammer.
The Wizards have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Wall against Brooks. It's Wall with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Wall's got his second basket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Morant. He's coming off a 22-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Brooks. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he's there at 71 from the line this season, probably below where you'd like to see him.
The first one falls.
Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
And both free throws good for Brooks. And for the Wizards and their new front office doors, a tough task ahead of them.
I think so, Kevin, because first and foremost, they need to change the culture of the team, right? Too long, there had been a lack of accountability in D.C., and I think once they address that, the rest of the rebuild could come easier.
Now, here's Bryant. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. There's Winslow. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Wizards have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Outside Bryant. And it's Beal in the corner. Good on the three-point shot.
How about the pre-shot preparation by Bradley Beal? So good in the catch-and-shoot game.
Here's Morant. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
That's good from Morant. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Wizards making a switch here. Berton has checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Showing natural leadership skills, Morant has developed great rapport with his teammates.
Wall passes to Beal. The teardrop falls in. Beal's got 5 now.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Here's Morant. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Here's Valanciunas on the money with the open jumper.
But, Kevin, this guy's been adept at finding ways to finish inside. Jonas Valanciunas doesn't miss many of these chances. Given an opportunity, he'll deliver.
And so it's Beal who brings the ball up for Washington. They trail by 1. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, Greg, you cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
And that one's good. Morant.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Here's Napier. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Dallas. The shot comes out. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Brooks outside. Great D that time from Beal.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Back to Napier. And it's Wall at the elbow. Valanciunas grabs the board. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. There's Winslow. Beal pulls it in. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. From deep, Wall. The shot, no good. And it's Memphis the other way.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And they'll keep possession. Here's Bell. There's the pass to Bertans. And good that time.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Here's Morant with the putback and the second chance effort by Jackson. Jackson's got his second bucket tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Wall and the slam dunk by Wall.
Yeah, this is one of the top athletes in the league. Wall showing his lateral and vertical mobility.
Morant with it. He has 6. Valanciunas passes to Winslow. Washington with the rebound. Bell's got 5 rebounds tonight. Morant with the steal. To the middle. Out to Brooks. The 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brooks has got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Wall passes to Beal. Shoots over Winslow. Misses off the left iron.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And finished off by Morant.
Gotta love watching Morant get after it. He goes all out. Tank, never on him.
Wizards trail by 6. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That's his first foul. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Memphis. Washington with the ball. Beal. And another miss by Washington.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
Inside, here's Morant. He dishes it to Valanciunas. He gets it in there. And now an 8-point Grizzly lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Wall passes to Bell. They need this. The Grizzlies pull it in. And here's Morant. He's got 8. Winslow finds Jackson. Over Bertans. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Washington calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Mahimi's checked in for Bell. Mo Wagner comes in for Bertzinus. Hachimura, he's checked in for Beal. And it's Ish Smith in for Shabazz Napier. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson comes in for Jaren Jackson. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Winslow.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Here's Hachimura. He had 15 points last outing. And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the three ball in his last year of college, hitting over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor, he is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
And the second free throw, good. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. The offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, you've seen some terrific offensive basketball over the last month. A lot of it thanks to the assist numbers put up by these point guards during that time. Ja Morant is second.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
You know, you're right. Looking at some of the best teammates in the NBA right there. Each of those players such a joy to play with. Because when they're at the helm of an offense, the ball's always moving, everyone's involved, the game just flows.
Mahimi hits them both.
I'll tell you, the big man from France, Jan Mahimi, had to fight through a number of injuries to get to this point, but he's the kind of battler every team is looking for.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
No doubt, Greg. On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
So it's Washington now, following the score by Memphis. Here's Hachimura. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
Now here's Morant. 8 points for him. Anderson up top. From about 19 feet. And another basket for Memphis.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Now Wall. He's got 6. Pass to Wagner. Smith outside. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Mahimi kicks to Wall. Here's the 3. And it's Morant with the rebound. Memphis leading by 11. On the wing, Jackson looking for Anderson. He gets it there. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
And the first one drops. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Wall looking it over. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
the 7'3" wingspan erases that shot. Nice by Gorgie Zhang.
Here's Anderson. Here's Zhang outside for Jackson. A second chance effort, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And let's check out the stats for Wall. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging 25 points per, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. He's been nothing short of fantastic during that stretch. Offense coming very easily for him.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
You can't get that one.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Feeds to Zhang. Misses the layup.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
For Washington, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And he sinks the second. There's 48 seconds left in the first. Now here's Morant, covered by Smith. Jackson has the open look, hits the jumper in space. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end, Greg. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's Mahimi over Zhang. And again, Washington no good. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Left side Anderson. Rebound by Smith. Here's Wagner. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Right back after this break. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game, Bradley Beal spoke about the trust Coach Scott Brooks has in him and his teammates.
I think the biggest thing is he's still young. So, you know, he tries to think he's still hip. He keeps up with us a little bit, but he grants us a lot of freedom. He allows us freedom on both ends of the floor to be leaders.
Ellen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Grizzlies enjoying a nice lead here.
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
We've got Wagner all out there with Smith. And there's Bryant and Hachimura in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Wizards trail by 15. Outside, Wall. To the left side wing. Here's Wagner, defended by Allen. 6 on the shot clock. Wall's shot is good. Wall's got 4 points in the quarter.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. 3 on 3. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the fearlessness Morant plays with making the defense uneasy, forcing them to give in.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Here's Hachimura. Here's Wagner, up and in from the low block. Now here's Morant. He's got 10. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Morant kicks to Zhang. Bryant with the rebound. Last outing for Memphis, they won that game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Here's Smith, and he makes good on the layup.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Brooks. Left side Jackson. Passes it to Morant. Yep, that one goes in there. Morant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Jackson against Wall. Goes up to the stripe. Grizzlies with the rebound. Zhang's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Brooks. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
Here's Smith. The Grizzlies making the shot. Shoots from 12. Here's Bryant. And he drops it in from the low post.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
Now here's Morant. Defense is right there. Left side Jackson. And here's Brooks from outside. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Wall. That's tipped.
Well, you see the insane vertical, the long arms. Morant impacts every aspect of the game.
Here's Clark, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. It's Morant in the corner. Off target with his 3. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. It's a 13-point game. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Here's Morant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on John Wall.
And going up strong inside demonstrates confidence. Morant not afraid to get physical.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Davis Bertans checks in for Mo Wagner. Beal comes in for John Wall. And it's Napier in for Ish Smith. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Jaren Jackson. He's checked in for Jackson. So he gets them both. Looking at the schedule, Doris, about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
Here's Hachimura. Second shot opportunity. Rebounded by Jackson. It's Brooks on the wing. He's covered by Beal. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, Kevin, to steal a line from you, up high and down hard, Jonas Valanciunas. Go ahead, big fella.
Wizards trail by 17. Napier feeling it out a bit. Bryant tries in and finish off by Bryant.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And so here's Memphis. After the basket by Washington, Jackson misses. Here's Hachimura. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here's Bryant. They grab their own miss. Bertans can't get it to go.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Brooks dishes to Valanciunas. Here's Clark. And the pass to Winslow. Just 5 to shoot. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Winslow's got his second bucket.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Wizards trail by 17. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Hachimura for the three. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. He's around 14 points per game, 8 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
Well, I love it. Drivers think they see a crease to the lane and go for it. And eventually, he shuts the door.
Bell is checked in for Bryant. And so Clark nails both of them.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Now, here's Bertans. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Here's Hachimura. That shot missing. And Memphis the other way now. Winslow with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Pass to Hachimura. Washington gets it back. Bell. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Boy, that's the length of Jonas Valanciunas on the defensive end. Not easy to get a shot over the 7-footer.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And, Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Now, here's Napier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Stolen by Winslow. Here's Clark to the paint. Here's Valanciunas. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love, Greg, is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure. But it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Anderson, he's checked in for Clark, and Allen subbed in for Brooks. And there it is for him.
And not his quarter, scoring-wise. Just 1 of 7 from the field.
Memphis leading by 23. Allen kicks to Anderson. Valanciunas inside. Working on Bertans. Washington shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Anderson with the block. An even 3-on-3 break. And the dunk by Winslow.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. Pass to Bell. And here is Beal. And here's Bell. He's coming off a 10-point game against Dallas. Pass to Bertans. 5 on the clock. Over Valanciunas. Offensive rebound. Hachimura. Now the feed to Napier. No good. Not a friendly rim at all this trip down.
Boy, they can't cut into this lead with him going stone cold, and only so much time to turn it around.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Washington shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
That one goes. Count it.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Anderson's gone 3 of 5 shooting from the floor. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Now here's Beal. He has 5. There's the dish to Napier. Back to Beal. Shoots over Winslow. The Wizards with another miss. Memphis has gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. The pass to Jackson. 3-pointer. Rebound by Mahimi. 3 on 3. Here's Hachimura. Basket counts. Hachimura's got 7.
And it's all about getting to the right spot. And Hachimura did just that in transition.
Now Allen. 9 points last game. Outside Jackson. Back to Allen. Anderson outside. Trying his luck from deep. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bell's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And that one's good. Hachimura. He's got 9.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Allen surveying the D. Jackson from long range. The shot will not fall. And it's Washington the other way. Here's Hachimura. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Memphis in total control. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Winslow.
Oh, that kind of defense. It's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Here's Napier. The Grizzlies making the shot. Beal gets a wide open look. The Grizzlies pull it in. Now here's Winslow. Lobbed up there for Anderson. Beal with the steal. 1 second left. The shot no good. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies Rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to solve their defense. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It's Memphis out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They're not taking the soft approach to this game, fellas. They're playing physical. Just look at how many times they've gotten to the line by being active, driving the lane, and drawing contact. It's gotten them points at the stripe. It's gotten defenders off balance. They've been the more aggressive team tonight by far.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, right? They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. Now here's Brooks. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Here's Jackson. Rebounded by Bell. From the Wizards, they're shooting 28%. A rocky performance for them offensively. There's Beal with the 3. Connects from three-point range. Beal's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Wizards.
When he first came into the NBA, many thought Bradley Beal would be a mostly catch-and-shoot shooting guard. But this guy has proven he can definitely shoot, but there's so much more to his game. He can create for others. He can get himself off on the bounce. He is a terrific all-around guy now.
And so it's Washington with it. The Grizzlies making the shot. Offensive rebound. Bryant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Morant. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. 3rd in assists, 5th in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And as you mentioned, top 3 in assists right now. He does a great job of running the offense, spotting the open guy, and making the sound delivery. And he's good on the second. And with Beal doors, he's been more aggressive at attacking the rim.
And Kevin, it's worked out for him because he's gotten to the line more, and that allows you to become a consistent scoring presence. Boy, the dynamic nature of Beal's offensive game has really elevated.
Valanciunas passes to Morant. And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position, without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
Now here's Winslow. 12 points for him. Memphis moving it around. Jackson dishes to Morant. And another miss by Memphis.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Grizzlies have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, this is where we talk about Morant's versatility. He can work off the ball because he's worked so hard on that jumper.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for Washington. Steps back and shoots. Count that one. Wall's got 12 in the game.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. Jacks up a 3. Rebound, Washington. Bryant's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Beal against Winslow, and Beal kicks to Napier. Count it, good. Napier's got his first 2 points.
Well, Bradley Beal increasingly becoming a dangerous playmaker. What a pretty pass.
Now here's Morant. Napier covering. Beal against Winslow. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the wing jumper offline. Washington has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. All with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Good work there as it goes. 14 points for Wall.
Getting resourceful there. Go ahead, John Wall, on the interior.
And they pick up 2.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Wizards have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Bryant looking over the floor. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Bryant. 17 points for John Wall.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
Washington making some changes. Mo Wagner comes in for Bell. And Smith subbed in for Napier. Memphis also making some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Josh Jackson comes in for Jackson. And it's Clark in for Justice Winslow. Now here's Jang. Down low. Here's Morant. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Wizards trail by 21. Smith the pass to Beal. Shoots over Morant. Almost, but it rolls out. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Wall with the steal. The open shot by Beal. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Brooks. It's stolen by Smith. And here we go. Washington fast break. And here they go. And the rejection by Jang.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Feeds to Clark. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Washington Wizards. On Tuesday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. Then on Wednesday, They'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks.
And looking at the Cavs matchup,
Take a break.
They have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
And that one falls for Clark. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Jackson drives in, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
2 shots. Foul.
You know what's probably frustrating for the young Josh Jackson is that he's got all the tools to be successful. This guy can score inside and out. He's got great athleticism. Now he's just seeking the right opportunity and a chance to put all that talent together.
And with Jackson, it's a matter of consistency, Doris, for him in the early stages of his career.
I think he is still waiting, Josh Jackson, for the moment when he puts everything together. You love the work ethic and the fire he plays with, but he's got to start to become consistent and know a franchise can count on him.
Now, here is Smith. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Beal, and it's off the back rim, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And that one, good.
Listen, this guy's shooting it well enough these days, is Gorgui Zhang. You might want to run him off his spot and make him put it on the deck.
Beal with it. He's picked up by Brooks. Trying to end the drought. They get it again. Wagner makes it off the glass. Wagner's got 5.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Hachimura, he's checked in for the Wizards. Now here's Morant, guarded closely. Jackson misses. Washington's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. Here's Wall behind the back and lays it in. Wall's got 9 points here in the 2nd half.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Morant passes to Jackson. Now here's Zhang. Tight defense on him. Can't hit from 12. Wizards trail by 21, and it's Wall in the corner. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Now here's Morant, covered by Smith. To the left wing, clock at 6. Here's Brooks. That one a little long.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And look now at a few years worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Wall.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defenses.
First free throw is good.
And although he started playing the game later in life, Hachimura has picked it up well, and Exciting young player to watch.
Anderson, he's checked in for Clark. Both good from the line that time. And the Grizzlies leading by 16.
And that's going to be his 5th, guys. One more and he's done.
And he makes the first. He hits both from the stripe. Here is Wall. He's got 22. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And glad to see John Wall back out there after fighting back from his Achilles injury he suffered in early 2019.
And obviously, Kevin, an Achilles injury is very worrisome for any athlete, but particularly one like John Wall, whose speed is a major part of his game. But boy, he looks good out there, and you hope he avoids any more injuries the rest of his career.
Grizzlies shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Pass to Anderson. He feeds it to Jang. Good on the bucket. Jang's got 6.
Well, the definition of a high percentage shooter. Terrific touch by Gorgui Jang.
And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Wizards. They trail by 18. Here's Hachimura. Can't hit from in close. Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Brooks dishes to Anderson. Back to Brooks. The 3-ball. Sinks the triple. He's got 10.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough space to get the shot off. Nicely done.
Wall wide open. The Wizards with another miss, and the Grizzlies leading by 21. And it's Morant, that time on the assist by Brooks. Brooks has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Wall, 24 points for him. To end the run, the rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Brooks kicks to Morant. Inside. Jackson misses. Washington's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Smith the pass to Wagner. Basket good. Wagner's got 4 points this quarter.
Gotta show more muscle to keep him off that low block.
Well, it's a couple of things here, I think, Greg. Certainly the effort, the willingness to fight, and the willingness to push him off of his comfort zone.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Washington called for the foul. No good on the free throw.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. It has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Mahimi's checked in for Washington. Shabazz Napier comes in for Ish Smith. Winslow's checked in for Memphis. Now here's Wall. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to give you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
Mahimi hits them both.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
On the wing, Winslow. Covered by Wall. Here's Anderson. Here's Jang. Outside for Jackson. It's stolen by Bertans. 1:41 left to play here in the third. It's tipped. Over to the wing. Here's Hachimura. Drills the baseline jumper. Hachimura's got 4 points this quarter.
There is a reason John Wall's name is always at the top of the leaderboard in assists in the NBA. Understanding how to dissect a defense.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Wizards trail by 20. Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Here's Morant. And the dunk by Winslow.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Here's Hachimura. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. Napier passes to Bertans. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. Cans it from downtown. Bertans got 5 now.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Washington's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Wall, no luck. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Winslow's running.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
All with it. Over Winslow. No good there. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And the Grizzlies leading by 21. We've got Wall. Mahimi is out there with Thomas Bryant. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Well, I think, Kevin, this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
The shot's good. Wall's got 26 points.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Pass to Anderson. Jackson down low, defended by Bryant, and the shot is good. 8 points for Jaren Jackson.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over, so you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Napier finds Wall, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. A lot of people look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel? Have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Here's Napier. And here's Bell. Lets a floater go, and it's Napier missing.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Got that bucket in no time at all. That's 28 points for John Morant.
And you can see the confidence Morant possesses. He's fine testing his luck with the quick pull-up, Jay.
Nailed from three-point land.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Memphis leading by 21. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Jackson looking it over. Passes it to Valanciunas. For 3. That shot no good. And Washington the other way now. Now here's Napier. He's tightly guarded. Now the pass to Beal. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 4 assists now tonight.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Now here's Winslow. Fades. Offensive rebound. Jackson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly. The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
And Memphis making a change here. Clark's checked in. Both free throws good from Jackson. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games. Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Morant passes to Valanciunas. Kicks to Clark. Shoots over Beal. No good from Clark.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. From deep, Wall, good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 5 assists tonight, and the Grizzlies leading by 14. Morant dishes to Valanciunas. Lays it up off the glass.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And here are the Wizards now. They're on a 12-4 run. Outside Bryant. Here's Wall. And that one drops for him. Wall's got 32 points in the game.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Clark. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Thanks so much, David. Wall's shot is off. Memphis leading by 14. Here's Brooks. Nice D from Wall. Right side Beal. Grizzlies with the rebound. Jackson's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. The putback and staying with the play, Valanciunas. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. They get it back, and Wall kicks to Bell. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 5 assists in the game.
Well, Jordan Bell expanding his game and knocking down the mid-range there. That was pretty.
Morant passes to Jackson. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Slow rotation there defensively, and he gets a wide open look from mid-range.
And I'll tell you, you look up at the scoreboard, that's correct. They have a big lead for a reason.
Now here's Wall. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
First one falls for him.
I think you can make a very strong case that John Wall has been underrated throughout his career. This guy is a multi-talented point guard who prides himself on leading his guys.
And so Wall nails both of them. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Now Morant. On the wing, Jackson lets it go with a 3. Here's Brooks. Nice D from Wall.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
The drive by Beal. And yes, it's good. Beal's got 14 points here in the second half.
Soft floating jumper from Beal right there, adding to his offensive attack. Seemed to totally catch the defense by surprise.
And stolen by Napier. He kicks it to Beal. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Memphis. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. A nice shot by Winslow.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, Greg, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
Now, here is Bell. And it's Bryant missing. Brooks against Wall. Brooks kicks to Morant. And it's off from three-point range. Wizards trail by 15. Beal the pass to Bryant. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 13 rebounds. Memphis has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. The feed now to Valanciunas. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
But, Kevin, when Valanciunas forces the issue like that, he is really tough to handle. He does a good job drawing contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Well, Kevin, the 5th overall pick back in 2011, Valanciunas has worked so hard to improve his entire game. I'll tell you, it's paid off, Kevin. He can impact a game in a lot of different ways.
Valanciunas hits them both. And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. 15-point game. Outside, Beal. And the layup falls. Beal's got 16 here in the second half.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
Jackson has the open look. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
high-level passer. Even for a point guard, Morant shows the imagination.
Here's Beal. Here's Bryant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
That free throw, no good. And he sinks the second. Now here's Morant. Pass to Winslow, to the inside. Here's Jackson. Bryant with the rebound. Wizards trail by 14. Pass to Wall. Here's Napier. And for 3, Bell. The Grizzlies pull it in. Winslow's got 8 rebounds in this game. Memphis moving it around. Buries it from 3-point range.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Passes it to Napier. Stolen by Brooks. Out to the right wing. Here's Morant. Offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Brooks against Wall. And Wall slams it home.
Accelerating to the rim. Wall can get there in the blink of an eye.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Justice Winslow.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
He got an extra boost from the grief these fans were giving him here tonight. They were riding him hard all night, and he ate it up. Some guys just like being the villain, I guess. Right side, Jackson. Over Bell, and Jackson with the basket on the assist by Morant. 16 points for Jaren Jackson.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Wizards trail by 19. Here's Napier. Hits it from 3-point range.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Now here's Morant. Napier covering. Valanciunas. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, Kevin, what a game it's been for Jonas Valanciunas. It hasn't mattered what the defense has thrown at him. He's continued to deliver on the offensive end.
Napier finds Bryant. Out to the right wing. Lob pass to Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Now here's Morant. And it's sent back by Bryant. And now here comes Wall leading the break. Beal from long range. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got his 7th assist in the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Morant passes to Valanciunas.
Well, the big man has quite the presence inside. Jonas Valanciunas gets physical and draws the contact. He's got to stay aggressive.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. They trail by 14. Over Winslow. And he overshot that one, missing. Memphis has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Brooks misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Now here's Jackson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Grizzlies.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Justice Winslow.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Now here's Brooks. Morant with it. Launches it. They get it back.
But the truth is, they've had control of this game.
And I couldn't agree more. What makes it that much more impressive, they're doing it on the road.
From deep, Wall. And Winslow pulls it down. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later.